Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc Ed Padama, and this time I would like to present to you this concept that I have just formulated to assist research writers in creating a research title, identifying a research problem, or to be able to assist in their conceptual framework or identifying a conceptual framework related to the study that they are conducting. I would like to present to you my concept entitled Quintessential Concept in Formulating a Research Proposal. So this was formulated today, November 14, 2021, 9:45 a.m. And the idea behind this particular concept is to present essential elements in sequence and in order to be able to facilitate effective formulation of a research proposal framework. Okay? Again, this particular concept entitled Quintessential Concept in Formulating a Research Proposal presents elements, specifically 5 essential elements. That is the reason for the title Quintessential. Elements that are essential for you to be able to formulate a framework in creating or writing a research proposal. So it's as simple and direct as that. Okay? What are these 5 essential elements that you need for you to be able to effectively and efficiently formulate a framework for your research proposal? Okay? So these elements are the following. I have identified the following elements, which is essential and necessary in creating, completing a research proposal for research writers. So basically, let us go through them one by one and then let us briefly discuss them. Okay, number 1 is identify the problem or issue at hand. Number 2, formulate the research title. Number 3, establish the theory. Number 4, enumerate the specific problems. Number 5, create the instrument. So number 1, identify the problem. In creating or writing a research, the first step is not formulating the title. The title will be based on the problem or issue at hand. You will not be able to formulate the title without identifying the issue at hand or the research problem that you want to focus on. So again, I have arranged this so that research writers would be able to follow these particular sequences. So the identification of the research problem will also be the formulation of the general problem. So you want to solve this particular problem that involves this particular issue. Okay, so that's the relationship between the first and the second element. After identifying the research problem or the issue at hand, that is the time where you can formulate the research title, because the research title is based on the problem of the research or the issue being investigated. I hope that was already made clear, especially if you are teaching research and if you are sharing knowledge to your students. Make sure that these particular steps are in their particular or specific order. Okay? Number 3, establish the theory or concept if you are using a concept for your research. So in this particular example, establishing the theory is establishing the foundation of your research, because the theory will be the basis for the variables that will be used in relation to the creation of the next 2 elements, which is the specific problem and the research instrument. Theories or concept contains variables and the relationship of these variables to each other. And usually, if this is a concept, it presents a process or a sequence on how these variables should be followed and used. Okay? So, also in establishing the theory, you would be able to identify if there is a necessity in your argument presented in your manuscript. You have to present if there is a necessity in conducting the research. So you would be able to do this by identifying the theory. The theory, again, the basic characteristic and requirement of a theory is that it should be relevant to the research that you are conducting. Okay? The next role of this third element is for you to be able to identify if there is a research gap in your study. So by looking at theories together with literatures, including studies and literature and studies, you would be able to establish if there is an existing research gap in the study that you are conducting. So this is the role of establishing the theory for your research. Okay, next, the fourth element is enumerate. Enumerate the specific problems of your study. So from number 1, the general problem of your research, which is formalized through your research title. So in your research title, the general problem would also be reflected in your presented research title. In number 4, you specify and break down this particular general problem. You formulate specific problems that would help answer the general problem. Okay? So this is under element number 4, enumerating the specific problems. Again, the basic characteristics of specific problems is that they should help answer the general problem of your research. And the last element is to create the instrument. As I mentioned earlier, the theory usually contains variables and presents the relationship of these variables to each other. And with these variables, this would be the basis of the creation of your instrument. It would be the basis of creating a matrix or a rubrics or a competency, a basis for the competency that you need to test, which should be reflected in your research instrument. And specifically, these instruments are based on the specific problems that you have in the fourth element. So these are the relationship of these elements with each other. If you were able to identify all of these elements in this particular sequence, then you would already have an overview, an idea of what you will be doing in your research as a whole. This is the purpose of this particular concept, which is quintessential concept in formulating a research proposal. Now, every concept has a framework. So in this particular concept, I created this framework. So you have in the middle the research proposal. In our research community, research proposal refers to chapters 1 to chapter 3. So you start with a problem, and then eventually the title, the theory, specific problem, and the instrument. That encompasses and encloses the research proposal. So again, with this particular concept, I hope you would be able to use this, and if you will, and I encourage you to do so, please do not forget to cite me in your study as the author of this particular concept. I am welcoming everyone to use this concept because I believe that this is one of the prevalent problems that we are having right now in research writing, specifically in our country with our students. So thank you very much everyone for listening. And before I end, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. At the lower right side of your screen, you will see my icon. If you click that, you would already be able to subscribe immediately. And then on the left side of your screen, you have recommended videos that would be able to help you in other parts of your research writing from chapter 1 to chapter 5 until your research defense. So thank you very much for giving me your time to listen to my presentation for this particular concept. And again, I do hope that you'd be able to use this in your study. Thank you very much everyone. Stay safe and God bless. Bye!